Hello and welcome to another episode of The Beam, where curiosity meets conversations, taking us a step further into the future we desire. I'm Sunes Nathaniel, and today we turn our focus to Taraba State, where innovation is beginning to shape a resilient digital economy. Our topic is Empowering Taraba, the role of innovation in shaping a resilient digital economy. It captures the very essence of our discourse, from agriculture to governance. Digital technologies are being leveraged to empower local communities and reshape industries. But the big question is, how is this transformation happening on the ground? And how sustainable is it in the long run? Taraba is often seen as a rural state, with agriculture being the backbone of its economy. But with the advent of technology, we are seeing a new narrative emerge, one where innovation, automation, and digital platforms are playing a central role in development. Today, we're going to be discussing how the state is using all this beautiful technology to create sustainable growth, address challenges, and empower its people. We will explore the state's approach into innovation playing out in the sectors that link agriculture, education, and governance all round. But before we get into all this discussion, let us bring you first our quick tech update. And when we come back, we'll go straight into the heart of this matter. Don't go away. Stay with us. Hello and welcome. Here's your quick tech update for the week. The federal government, through the minister, Dr. Bosun Tijani, has announced a 100 million AI startup fund coordinated by the National Center for Artificial Intelligence and Robotics in partnership with Google. Dr. Tijani reveals that the recipients will be revealed in October. Additionally, the 2024 Digital Nigeria Innovation Challenge, launched by NITDA, aims to empower young innovators to tackle infrastructural challenges. The three-stage competition, which runs from September 11 to October 23, 2024, will culminate in a grand finale at the International Conference Center in Abuja. Meanwhile, the Economic and Financial Crimes Commission has secured a court order to freeze over 548 million in accounts linked to suspected crypto users on platforms like Bybit and KuCoin. Filed on September 3rd, the motion follows a year of crackdowns on crypto companies in Nigeria, despite recent SEC approvals for 7 crypto firms. The EFCC claims that these platforms contribute to market manipulations and naira devaluation. On the foreign scene, U.S. authorities seized over 350 websites selling gun silencers and parts from China used to convert pistols into fully automatic weapons. The investigation, which began in August 2023, revealed that shipments from China falsely labeled as items like necklaces and toys. The packages contained illegal machine gun conversion devices and silencers, violating the National Firearms Act, prosecutors said on Monday. Meantime, Apple has announced a new iPhone built for generative artificial intelligence as it seeks to boost sales and show it is keeping up in the technology race. The tech giant has a lot riding on what would be the iPhone 16 and will hope that customers are enticed to buy the latest models, attracted by new AI powers. Meanwhile, Huawei has unveiled what it calls the world's first trifold smartphone just hours after arch-rival Apple introduced the iPhone 16 in a carefully timed launch that has generated significant buzz for the Chinese tech giant. In another development, Australia plans to fine internet platforms up to 5% of global revenue for failing to curb misinformation and will set codes of conduct approved by the regulator. Additionally, the government aims to introduce a minimum age for social media use, likely between 14 and 16, citing health concerns. Both measures face criticism from free speech and digital rights advocates. That's your quick tech update for this week. Stay tuned for more cutting-edge news from the ever-evolving world of technology. See you on the other side. Welcome back. You're still watching The Beam, coming to you live from our studios in Abuja. Joining me to explore this critical topic are two highly respected commissioners from Taraba State. The first is Honorable Commissioner of the Taraba State Ministry of Digital Economy and Innovation, Honorable Gideon Nonso. And the next is Commissioner Muslim Usman Arua. He is the Taraba State Commissioner for Science and Technology. Together, they have been driving force behind the state's digital transformation, and they are leading efforts. Part of the things we're going to be discussing today, moving forward. Honorables, you're welcome to the program.
Thank you for having us.
All right. Thank you very much. Let me start with the fact that Taraba is not one we would have said we know when it comes to technology. But indeed, in Nigeria, we can say that they are placing and ranking themselves high. I want to ask, I think the first question will go to Honorable Gideon, and it will be, how is your ministry addressing the digital literacy challenges, that we usually would have in the North majorly, but now we see in a place like Taraba, it's something that you're already bridging the gap. How is that happening?
Yeah, thank you for having me, and thank you viewers for tuning in. So for us, digital innovation is one thing that our government, the government of His Excellency Dr. Abukefas, has decided to key into. And one of the basic and primary mandates of my ministry is to ensure digital penetration across states. And what are we doing? We are starting with digital programs and trainings and workshops in order to ensure that our youth, our people key into this new innovation, new technology that is in town. We have been organizing series of programs, series of trainings. Just a few months ago, we rounded up with 2,000 digital training of our youth in the States. And then just last week, in partnership with Algorand Foundation, we were able to conduct a digital training in the States that has to do with blockchain technology.
Yeah.
So we are trying to ensure that our people start getting used to this new technology and the opportunities that are bound in it, so that they can also key into it and contribute their own quota in developing the states.
All right, I think that's a very good one. Let me come to you, Honorable Arunwa. One of those things which we have noticed is the reemergence or the coming back of the Jets Club, and the Jet Society in Taraba State. Tell us about that initiative and how it's working out so far.
Thank you very much. You see, Ministry of Science and Technology Taraba State, one of our mandate is to coordinate students and students of the science and technology at the basics and the higher institutions. So this is one of our mandate. So I see science and technology all over the world. It's all about research and technology, research and development, R&D. So in Taraba State, what we are doing, we are trying to start from the basics. That is at the basic stage. And then for you to have a solid foundation in science and technology, you have to start from the basics. So that is why we revive these JET Club activities. And then JET Club activities is an acronym for Junior Engineers and Technicians Club. This club was revived in order to give morale or to give hope for students who are coming up with the zeal to study science at their own, field. This is the reasons why we revived the JET Club. And then this JET Club activities, is just like a club. During our secondary school time, you have that there is a press club. If you want to become a journalist, you'll be there and then been practicing how you come up with it. So that is, if you want to become a scientist, a full scientist, so you have to go and be part of this JET Club. And then this JET Club
so usually, it's like a rite of passage.
That is it. And then you see JET Club, it's just there is a member in that particular club. It usually inculcates the best understanding of science among them. That is the reason behind JET Club, because in JET Clubs, you can come up with a project between you and member, you share ideas. If you have any creative instincts, you can be able to come up with it. So duty will give you a zeal that, I want to become a scientist.
Right.
And then this is the best way of, coming up with an idea of science and technology in any part of the world.
Okay, we're going to come back to you, but let me come back to Honorable Gideon. You see, Taraba is an agrarian economy, and we're looking at how has technology, within the time you came into position, to serve the people, how has technology been used to improve the agricultural productivity of the state, and what are we looking at, in a no distant time? What will be achieved using technology and agriculture in that blend?
Yeah, for us in Taraba State, like I said, and like you also mentioned, for whatever we are doing, we are starting from ground zero. We are starting from the scratch. I'm sure you are quite aware that there is a program going on in the state known as Farmers Biometric Capturing. Okay. And what do we intend to do with those data is to be able to not to just have them and keep and know the number of farmers we have in the state, but no, we capture both their biometrics, where their farms are located, what are they cultivating, The essence is for us to be able to provide them with professional advice. For instance, a few weeks ago, there was a drought in Taraba State that lasted almost a month. And this is unheard of because we know that August usually is the peak of the rainy season, where all the farm products are doing well. But reverse is the case this time around, as we saw our crops drying up. And because there is global warming, and there is the issue with our weather, and that is why there is no rain. And so what we are doing is to have this data and be able to advise farmers, this is the best time for you to plant your crops. These are the type of crops you are supposed to plant, and this is the best time to do, so that they are guided and they don't fall victim of what happened a few months ago in the state. So for us to maintain our lead role as one of the major contributors to the food basket of the nation, we have to fuse technology, digital innovation in our agricultural system, such that it will help us improve on our yields. It will also help the farmers make decisions that will be able to improve on their farm yields. And we are coming up with similar we are partnering with the Ministry of Agriculture and other partners, leveraging blockchain technology to see how we can deploy AI to see how we can improve on the farming yield in Taraba State. So we are currently doing that. The registration is going on, and then once it is done, we are going to unveil the next phase that will be.
All right, I think that's heartwarming. Let me come back to science and technology. Especially, I'm very particular about you because of the young people also, because that's the way the future lies, right? Now, in your work in your ministry, how do you guys monitor their growth? And then I also wanted to ask, how do you guys make sure that there is gender equality? You have the girls, brought into that mix to make sure that everybody is involved.
Yeah, thank you very much. You see, technology, there is nothing discrimination in technology. Technology is for all, both the women, and men. There is nothing like gender, in technology. So what we usually do, in our basic schools, like I told you earlier, you see, we want to start from the basics. And then we are monitoring our young people to make sure that they come up with, idea of science and technology. So that is why, in the ministry, the executive governor of Taraba State, His Excellency Dr. Abu Kepas, after he declared free education in the state, the ministry have to come up with an initiative to make sure that we improve the quality of science and technology, across the basic schools. So we came up with an idea to, provide a science kit. And then this science kit will definitely mold, the idea of this young upcoming student. They will definitely come up with, a zeal of becoming a scientist, engineers, or technicians.
Beautiful.
So we have been doing that, and then the way we are monitoring them, we are organizing a science expo. This science exposition, is an entity that any young inventors or scientists, they will come up with their creative, what they create, or any project or research they made. They usually present it there, and then from there we usually quantify the level of their thinking, the level of what they bring on the table there. We usually award them with that. So from there, you see, it's a long process. What we usually do now, what we are about to do, you see, Taraba State government want to come with a technology village. This technology village, is an entity or a house whereby technological activities and digital operation will be taking place there.
All right.
And then there is a synergy between our institution, our research institution or universities. There is a transfer of technology and commercialization.
Beautiful.
Let me make this thing very clear to you. You see, universities are higher institutions in Nigeria or the world. They were designed to solve the problem of any nation.
True.
But now, let me ask you this question. In Nigeria, you will see in every higher institution, if somebody want to graduate, if you want to pass that university, you have to come up with a project. And then that project, must be, must be, something that will definitely solve a problem of society. So please, this is a very, big question.